Right, so today, now I am going to talk about communication in window. Here we are, enhancing team communication, boosting team communication, key strategies for success. Now, first of all, the agenda. About me, about 5 minutes, I'm talking a little bit about myself. Then we talk about enhancing team communications, which takes about 30 minutes. And afterwards, we're going to have a Q&A session, which will take approximately 25 minutes. First, I want to talk a little bit about myself. My name is Katja Driesel. I was born in the GDR, but I moved to the UK in 1998. I was working in customer service. I was a business owner myself, and I worked in promotion. Then during lockdown, I did a TEFL qualification, teaching as a foreign language, teaching English as a foreign language. And I have been teaching English and German ever since. Just wanted to show you a few testimonials. Giuliano, Heikel, Pedro, they were all did my program, and they were really happy with my program. And yes, so a few testimonials. For instance, Katie nailed her meeting with her supplier after practicing with me. She did a course on business communication, where she wanted to know how to talk to a supplier. And I taught her some meeting phrases and some, what to say in certain situations. And she came back to me afterwards and said, "Hey, this situation we practiced was exactly what I was doing with my supplier." And the supplier even sat next to her during dinner, and they had a good chat. And that is a big success, I think, for her and for myself. I'm really proud of that. And I'm proud of her. Then I had another student called Lorenzo, for instance. He was very insecure in talking about, casual talk. He knew how to do all the, the business stuff, business meeting, all about cars. He did. He was working in the automotive industry. But he spoke always really fast. And I told him a little trick, a simple technique I told him. And after following that, he felt far more confident. If you want to know what that simple technique was, I will tell you in one of my other lessons. So you will find out. After this lesson, you will get a free PDF of the meeting notes if you stay to the end of the presentation. Also, you will get a free recording for all the participants who are on this call today. Well, no, who registered for this call, by the way. Okay, enhancing team communication. What is team communication? Just let me know what team communication is. That would be great if you could write something in the chat. Would write something in the chat. So okay, I will tell you what it is. So in team communication, we have small talk, we have handling difficult situations, presenting ideas effectively, active listening, of which I will go into further today now, using a diplomatic tone, and also using the right communication tools. So why is it important to use effective team communication? Basically, it improves collaboration, it boosts team morale, it increases productivity, it also enhances decision making, and it builds trust and relationships. So actively, we're talking about now about active listening, or just about one of those areas. So what actual idea? Okay, I will tell you. Active listening is paying attention. You need to focus fully on the speaker. You also need to show that you're listening, where you use non-verbal cues and verbal acknowledgements. Then you need to provide feedback, which means you need to paraphrase what the speaker says, that you're paying attention as well. Then also not being judgmental, that you listen without making any assumptions. And also you need to respond appropriately, that you show empathy and share relevant experiences. Good. Key techniques, key techniques are paying attention, you make eye contact, and avoid distraction. That's one of the key techniques, that you pay a lot of attention to what the speaker actually says. Show that you're listening. What you can do when you're in the meeting, you nod, you smile, and you can use phrases like, for instance, I see, or go on. When someone says something, oh, I see, okay, oh, okay, go on, okay, yeah, understand. Provide feedback. Repeat in your own words what the speaker said to confirm understanding. For instance, what you can say is, so what you're saying is that we're meeting again on Monday. Or so what you're saying is that the project will be finished by the end of the year. Is that correct? Don't judge. Listen without making assumptions. Clarify points by asking questions. For instance, you might say, can you explain that further? Someone says something and you don't quite, you're not sure if you understood that correctly. So can you explain that further? Can you explain that those 100,000 euros, what we spending this project on, can you explain that further? So not saying, oh, so you say that this and that, so you say that and that. This is probably not the best way of saying that, responding to that. Respond appropriately. That's where it comes as well. And you are empathic. That you don't, you're not saying, oh, you saying this, or you saying that. You need to be more empathic. Yes. For instance, I believe, but when you have got, for instance, you've got the speaker says, I believe our current marketing strategy isn't reaching our target audience, and I think we should consider new channels to improve our results. You could answer, I think our marketing is fine. We should stick with what we know, or that idea won't work. Let's just keep doing things the same way. I don't have time to discuss this. We need to focus on more important things. So do you think that these phrases are polite and emphatic? I don't think so. So how can we be more emphatic? How can we, be more polite in our active listening, in our response to these questions, to this situation? Okay. I appreciate your perspective. I've seen similar strategies work well in past projects. Could you explain this further? Or that's a valuable insight. I remember a campaign where we tried XYZ. Or thank you for sharing your thoughts. I've noticed that. Yeah. So what's very important, that to be more emphatic, you understand, you tell the person that you understand what the person says. For instance, you say, I fully understand that. I would suggest that if I may make a suggestion, we could. What that basically means, we have here modal verbs: would, could you explain? Yeah, I would suggest that. It's not, we need to do this or we need to do that. This is probably not the right way of saying things. It's better if you use, I would suggest that if I may make a suggestion, we could do this. So, active listening. What is active listening? What did we learn today? Active listening is that you improve the collaboration in the team, which basically also boosts team morale. It increases productivity. It enhances decision making. And it builds trusts and relationships. So that is what, active listening actually also is. But the key techniques are paying attention, focusing fully on the speaker, showing that you're listening, where you use non-verbal cues and verbal acknowledgement. You nod and you say, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine, yeah, absolutely, I fully agree. Providing feedback, paraphrase what the speaker says. So you say, so what you're saying is that project costs 100,000 euros. May I make a suggestion that we change this or we change that? Yeah. Then we also have not being judgmental. So you listen without making any assumptions, and you just take it in and you reflect on it, and then you can make a decision, or you can politely say, so what you're saying is, yeah, and you need to respond appropriately. You express empathy and share relevant experiences. In my experience, or last time we did that, this happened, or we did this, or we did that. Yeah. So that's basically, these are the key techniques. Just to remind you that you get a free PDF and a copy of the recording of this webinar if you stay right to the end of this presentation. Now, I would like to invite questions. Anybody has got any questions? Okay. So the free PDF of the meeting for all live participants is here. I put that in the chat if you like. And of course, you get the free recording of all people who register. Now, where was my call to action? Really? Okay, now, the main point of this, the main point of this is actually, what was the main point of this actually? The main point was actually enhancing distance in communication. Was actually, and I don't know why that actually never got to the PDF, to the PowerPoint. Yeah, that's what we have. We got our online one-to-one coaching sessions. It's called the Advanced English Accelerator. We will find out what your biggest problems are in a discovery session. In that session, we also focus on two main areas of your biggest problems. For instance, if it's confidence speaking, having this block in your head, this wall in your head, or if it is small talk, yeah, or if it is presentations. We focus on two main areas. Then after that, we make plans for future sessions, and the whole program will be tailored to your needs, what you specifically want. Now, 5 lessons are normally 300 euros, but today only there will be 250 euros. So if you get in touch with me until tomorrow evening, it will be 250 euros. Here's the link. I will put the link in the chat as well. And yes, I will put it in the chat as well. And then you can book your 5 lessons. You can book your discovery. First of all, a free discovery chat with me. Book a free discovery chat with me, and you can then book those 5 lessons with me. Okay, well, I think this is about it. Yeah, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your participation. And good night and goodbye to everyone.